Hey you guys, if you're new, hi, I'm Donnamy, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today I'm doing a makeup look based on the Daisy Marquez and BH Cosmetics palette that just launched. I think it was last week. I ordered it as soon as Daisy dropped her video and I finally got it this week and I was really excited to play with it. Something really cool about this palette is it isn't just like a normal palette, especially with the packaging. As you can see, it is a thicker palette, and the reason for that is the top comes all the way off versus flipping over, and that's because this palette is actually a vanity. So you can put the mirror and you can stick it into the palette like this, and then you just have a little vanity. You can just sit here and do your makeup with it, which I think is really cool, especially because not everyone has that place that they can sit and really look at their makeup, and having the eyeshadows right here at the bottom, you can just dip your brush in and go, and you have your mirror sitting right here, so it's not like you're having to juggle a bunch of different things in your hands trying to get your eye makeup done, which I think is really awesome. So props to her on doing that, because I've never seen someone else do that with an eyeshadow palette. And the color scheme is really cool because it has 10 matte shades on the top and 10 shimmer shades on the bottom, and there's a combination of warm tones, pastel shades, dark shades, cool tones, and I think it's a really beautiful palette that you can do a lot of looks with. As you can see, I focused more toward the warm shades in the palette just to test it out. I just wanted to use the colors that I would normally gravitate towards for an everyday look, and as you can see, this is the look that I came up with. So if you want to see how this palette worked out for me and how to get this look that I have right here, just keep on watching. So today I'm going to be using the Daisy Marquez and BH Cosmetics palette, and the first shade I'm going to use is this one right here called Naked, and I'm using a Morphe 504 blending brush to blend that into my crease. I'm just using this shade in the palette to put down a base before I go in with darker shades in the palette, just so that they'll blend easier along the way. It doesn't have much color or tint to it at all, which is actually what I want because it's, like I said, it's just a base. The next shade in the palette I'm going to use is this one right here. It's just a light orange transition shade, and I'm just going to blend this into the crease using this blending brush from Elemis Cosmetics. I'm going back into that shade and I'm going to deepen it up just a little bit more. So the next shade in the palette I'm going to be using is this one called Vintage, and I'm using a Morphe M433 brush to blend this into the outer V of my eye. As you can see, I'm placing this directly in the outer corner because that's where I want it to be the most pigmented, so that's why I'm starting there. And then after, I'm going to blend it into the crease a little bit. Now that most of the product is off of the brush and onto my eye, I'm going to go ahead and start blending this into my crease just a little bit. And keep in mind, I'm not adding any additional product on here because I don't want that orange to be all the way in the inner corner. Now I'm going back into that shade and I'm just going to pat it in right here. I'm just patting it into this outer corner again, just to define it a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm just using circular motions with the same brush, and I'm just going over each eye in those circular motions just to further blend the product. Making sure that you blend your eyeshadows out really well after each step is really, really important if you want that gradient to show. So if you want that really gradient, flawless blend at the end, then just blend a little bit extra after each step and you will achieve that. I'm now going to take this same Morphe M433 brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Cocoa. It's just a deep brown shade. And I'm going to lightly put that in my outer corner just to darken it up a little bit so you can see the transition from light to darker across my eye. As you can see, I barely put any on there and I'm tapping the excess off because I don't really know how pigmented this is yet because this is the first time I'm playing with this palette and I don't want the brown to overtake the look. So as you can see, I'm just focusing that in the outer corner again, and I'm trying to keep it low in this outer corner so that it won't be brought up too high and mess up that gradient that we are already making up here with the orange and the light transition shade that we used earlier. And now that there's not as much product on the brush, I'm going to do like I did earlier with that orange shade, and I'm just going to blend it up a little bit into the crease. I'm going back in with that brown, and I'm going to do the same exact steps. I'm just going to go ahead and use the bhcosmetics blending brush again with the transition shade that we used earlier. I'm going to lightly do this just to buff and blend the edges so that it doesn't look as harsh and you can really see the gradient. Now I'm going to take the original blending brush that we used, the Morphe M504 that we used to lay down the base, and I'm going to go back into this shade Naked, and I'm going to do the same exact thing we just did, just a little bit higher to brighten up this area under the brow bone. All of these extra blending steps are really important if you're wanting this look to be very flawless and smooth and blended. I'm using the Morphe M421 flat brush. I'm just going to take this in the shade Stunt in the palette, which is a pretty kind of like a creamsicle orange shade, and I'm going to use that in the inner half of my eye. So I'm going to make a half cut crease using this. But first I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, just so that the shimmer will really stick onto the lid and be very vibrant. And so I just have that shade on this brush now, and I'm just going to place it on my lid. Now I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to go over that and kind of blend it into those matte shadows that we have in the outer corner. I am getting a tiny bit of fallout from that shadow, so I'm just going to take the brush that I used to put my powder on earlier and I'm just going to swipe it off my face. Honestly, I don't mind fallout. I usually do my eye makeup first anyways, but since this tutorial is a more eye-focused tutorial, that's why I decided to go ahead and do my base first. But usually I do my eyeshadow first, that way I can use a makeup remover wipe and just wipe off that excess eyeshadow, and I can be as messy as I need to be doing my eyeshadow. But since I did my base first, it's really good to apply a lot of powder under your eye area before you go in with the eyeshadows, so that if you do have fallout, you can use your powder brush and just wipe it away, and usually it comes right on up. Now that we have that shimmer shade on and all of the eyeshadows, I'm going to take that brush that I used for the outer corner, the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just going to blend those shades together even more. And keep in mind, I did not add any additional product, it's just whatever was left on the brush after we blended the eyeshadow earlier. Now I'm going to take the e.l.f. smudge brush, and I'm just going to take the transition shade we used in that orange shade, and I'm just going to go into each of these, tap off the excess, and I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. As you can see in my outer corner, I'm connecting my lower lash line to my upper lash line by pushing that out. That way, no matter where you're looking, you can see that connection instead of a blank space in between the eyeshadow from the upper and the lower lid. You can already see the difference it makes from this side to this side. To deepen the lower lash line to be like the upper lash line and where they connect, I'm going to dip into the brown shade again, Cocoa. I'm going to tap off the excess, and I'm going to smoke this out. Just like I did with the upper lid, I'm going to keep this brown shade in the outer corner of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take this Morphe M213 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Icy, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. When I highlight my brow bone, I like to keep it directly under where the arch is in my eyebrow, and then after I get that initial color down, I like to blend it out a little bit more, but that's where I like most of the color so that it helps lift the eyebrow. Now I'm going to curl my lashes using this lash curler from House of Lashes, but it doesn't really matter which one you use, just use whichever one you have at home. And then I'm going to apply some mascara, and I'm using the Monsieur Big Mascara by Lancôme. I went ahead and did my mascara to finish off the eyes, and then I went in with my lip products to go ahead and finish my lips off camera. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys what I used for if you're interested. I used the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Malibu, and then I paired it with the What's Your Sign Luxe lipstick by Colourpop and Kathleen Lights, and I just went ahead and used that. This has been my go-to combination lately for a nude lip. And this is the finished look. I'm really happy with this look and how it turned out. I think that the shades blended very beautifully. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. I really enjoyed creating it for you guys, and I really enjoyed playing with this palette. I really want to do more looks with it, so let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. And definitely leave a like and a comment if you did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell down below just so that you can see whenever I upload future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.